At 82, I've gained valuable insights about life, but one choice I truly wish I had reconsidered is moving into a nursing home. In that moment, it felt like the best decision to make. My family supported my decision, assuring me that I would receive all the care and comfort I required. I placed my trust in them. However, when I arrived, I discovered that the reality was quite different from what I had envisioned. It's understandable that many of you are considering this option, whether for yourself or someone you care about. It's understandable to think that this might be the safest choice, or perhaps you've heard that it could simplify things for you. Before you make that important decision, I'd like to share 6 insights that I wish someone had shared with me prior to my move. The reality is, living in a nursing home goes beyond mere convenience. It truly transforms your life in many ways. Once you step in, you might find that exiting isn't as straightforward as it seems. Stick around until the end, as you may find some of these lessons quite surprising. If you know someone who is thinking about a nursing home, this video could provide valuable insights that may help them as they navigate this important decision. Let's dive in and begin our journey together. One thing I truly regret is losing my independence. The most surprising aspect of moving into a nursing home wasn't the cozy room, the scheduled meal times, or even the new faces around me. I came to understand that I had let go of the reins in my own life. Before I moved in, I had established my routines. I took charge of my daily routine by choosing when to wake up, when to eat, and how to spend my time. I have the wonderful opportunity to take a walk whenever I feel like it, prepare my own meals, or simply relax in my favorite chair with a good book. However, once I entered the nursing home, I soon understood that my time had shifted and was now shared with others. Everything seemed to follow a schedule that didn't align with my own. Breakfast was scheduled for a specific time, regardless of whether I felt hungry or not. The lights went out at a specific time, regardless of whether I felt prepared to sleep or not. How about going for a nice walk outside? It can be a refreshing way to enjoy the fresh air. It's a good idea to check if you need permission, and just keep in mind that you may need to wait a bit until someone is available to help you out. Everyday decisions, such as choosing what to eat or what to wear, began to feel more like special privileges rather than just simple choices. During my first week there, I woke up in a bed that felt unfamiliar to me. I sat up, took a nice stretch, and grabbed the book I had been enjoying at home.
Es ist Serveitsrum, a realisation wäschet over me.
This place didn't feel like home to me. All my beloved books, my favorite chair, and the little comforts I had gathered over the years have disappeared. What remained were plain walls and a bed. I didn't make a choice. It felt as though I had lost control over my own life, a feeling that lingered with me. What can be the most challenging aspect? It's important to understand that once you let go of your independence, reclaiming it can be quite challenging. You adjust because it's necessary for your growth. When they share what's for dinner, the arguments come to a halt. Feel free to take a walk whenever you feel like it. As you adapt to their system, it's important to be mindful of maintaining your own identity along the way. As you think about the possibility of a nursing home, take a moment to reflect on whether you're prepared to let go of the little freedoms that contribute to your unique lifestyle. When they're no longer around, you'll realize just how much they meant to you. It's understandable to feel a sense of regret and to feel overlooked at times. One of the challenging aspects of transitioning to a nursing home is coming to terms with the fact that life outside continues to progress without your presence. Upon my arrival, my family warmly assured me that they would make frequent visits. I had faith in them, and at first, they lived up to that trust. My daughter visits me once a week. My grandchildren come to visit on weekends. For a brief moment, it seemed like I still had a link to my previous life. As time passed, the visits started to happen less often. My daughter has begun to call instead of coming over. My grandchildren have been quite occupied with their school and work commitments. The holidays presented some of the biggest challenges. It seems like everyone had good intentions to join, but sometimes plans can shift unexpectedly at the last moment. In that moment, I realized I was sitting alone in the common room, observing the other residents as they gazed at the door, each one quietly wishing that today might be the day someone would come to remember them. My family didn't stop loving me. Sometimes, life can be quite overwhelming. When you're not present every day, it's common for others to think that you're doing well, that you're adapting, and that you might not require as much support. It's important to remember that the longer someone stays in a nursing home, the more challenging it can become for others to recognize the ongoing support and connection they still require. One evening, I found myself in my room, phone in hand, contemplating the decision to reach out to my son. I wanted to make sure I wasn't causing any inconvenience. I chose not to bring up my presence, patiently waiting for a visit that may or may not happen.
Es I setze von down, a realisation wäschet over me. This is a life I am living now.
As the days pass, I find myself wishing for a little reminder that I'm thought of and included. If you're considering a move to a nursing home, it's important to reflect on your readiness for potential feelings of loneliness. Even with all the love from your family, it's surprisingly easy to feel forgotten when you're not around. Remember, staying connected is important. If you're still enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I would love for you to comment number 2 below to let me know you're with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do so. Be sure to turn on the bell so you can stay updated and never miss any of our videos. Let's take the next step together. One of my regrets is losing my sense of purpose. When I moved into the nursing home, I believed I was simply changing my living situation. I hadn't recognized that my reasons for living were also evolving. At home, I had various responsibilities to manage. Having routines, hobbies, and a purpose to rise each day can truly enrich your life. Engaging in small tasks like watering the plants, brewing my own coffee, and tidying up my space has truly provided me with a meaningful sense of purpose. However, in the nursing home, those daily rituals were no longer present. Delicious meals were prepared just for me. The cleaning was handled by another person. The plants, you see, were no longer my responsibility to tend to. Initially, I thought it would be wonderful to take some time to unwind. Take a break from your chores and responsibilities. It's time to relax and recharge. After a few weeks, I came to the realization that something important was missing. The days seemed to linger, offering a chance to pause and reflect while waiting for what's next. I noticed it in other residents as well. Individuals who once radiated vitality now find themselves spending their days in stillness, gazing ahead, and patiently awaiting the passage of time. Meet George, an 84-year-old man who has dedicated his entire life to the craft of carpentry. At home, he enjoyed fixing things and working on small projects in his garage. However, in this place, he found himself without any tools, projects, or opportunities to unleash his creativity. I observed as he gently pulled his hands back, once so strong and skilled, now resting quietly in his lap. One day, he shared with me that he felt useless, and I completely understood where he was coming from. When you find yourself without something to nurture or a goal to strive for, it can feel as though life is losing its purpose. As your mind begins to slow, your body naturally follows suit, and you may find yourself feeling like a familiar face in a space where time passes, yet the surroundings remain constant. As you think about the possibility of a nursing home, take a moment to reflect on what truly brings meaning to your life. Once you settle in, discovering your purpose can be more complex than just keeping busy. It's all about striving to keep hold of the things that bring you joy and vitality. It's understandable to feel regret about the rapid decline in health. It's important to acknowledge these feelings and seek support as you navigate this challenging time. Before I transitioned to a nursing home, I was managing quite well for my age. While I may not have been running marathons, I was still able to prioritize my self-care. Taking walks and preparing your own meals is a wonderful way to nurture both your body and mind. Enjoy the process and the benefits that come with it. I developed some simple routines that help me stay active, like grocery shopping, morning stretches, and even walking around the house to keep my legs strong. However, after I settled in, everything transformed. Initially, it felt like I was simply relaxing and enjoying the moment. Delicious meals were delivered to me, allowing me to relax and enjoy my time without the need to spend hours in the kitchen cooking. If I ever find myself in need of assistance, I can simply press a button, and help will be on the way. What I came to understand is that neglecting my own needs led to a gradual decline in my strength. I noticed that I wasn't moving around as much, and before long, my legs started to feel stiffer. I found myself sitting more often than I used to, and soon enough, I realized that getting up from a chair began to feel like a bit of a challenge. The muscles I had dedicated years to maintaining were fading away more quickly than I anticipated. It wasn't only my experience. I noticed it happening to others as well. Individuals who once moved about on their own 2 feet found themselves needing to use wheelchairs. Individuals who were once self-sufficient now find themselves needing assistance with tasks that were previously manageable. It appeared that the more assistance we received, the more we found ourselves in need of it.
I fontlire calma naikbor, Ellis, ze ponit visiris shabiris irutum cum.
At 81 years old, she brought such a vibrant energy with her when she first moved in. She made it a point to take daily walks around the facility, determined to keep moving forward regardless of her age. After a few months, I observed that she wasn't walking as frequently. She began her journey with a walker, and then transitioned to using a wheelchair. One day, she turned to me and shared, "I'm not sure when it happened, but it feels like I've aged a decade in just a few months." That truly captures the experience. When you stop engaging with your body, it begins to lose its strength and vitality. In a nursing home, where the environment is tailored for ease, it's important to remember that movement goes beyond just convenience. It plays a crucial role in our well-being and vitality. If I had realized how swiftly my strength would fade, I would have made a greater effort to keep moving, to remain active, and to challenge myself even on the days when motivation was low. As you think about the possibility of a nursing home, it's important to reflect on whether you'll maintain the motivation to keep your body strong in an environment designed for ease and comfort. When you take a moment to slow down, you might find that getting back into the swing of things can be more challenging than you anticipated. If you're enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I would love for you to comment number 4 below to let me know you're with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do so. Be sure to turn on the bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and inspires you. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Let's take the next step together. I feel a deep sense of regret about the loss of privacy and dignity. One aspect I hadn't fully thought through before moving into a nursing home was the significant loss of privacy I would experience. At home, I enjoyed having my own space. I have the option to close my bedroom door and enjoy some quiet time, allowing me to engage in activities at my own pace. In a nursing home, maintaining privacy can be challenging, and it's important to understand that it may not always be fully attainable. Upon my arrival, I noticed a sense of constant observation, with staff frequently coming in and out, regular room checks, and shared spaces that made solitude a rare experience. Even everyday tasks such as getting dressed or using the bathroom can sometimes benefit from a little extra help. I understand that they were simply fulfilling their responsibilities, but it can be quite challenging to accept assistance when you've managed things on your own for so long. I recall my first week, feeling challenged by the need to seek permission for actions that used to come so naturally to me. How about taking a refreshing shower? It can be a great way to relax and rejuvenate. It's possible that you may need to wait a little while until someone is free to assist you. Your patience is appreciated. Feeling the need to take a restroom break? At times, pressing the call button may lead to a bit of a wait, but it's all part of the process. Meal choices were somewhat restricted. If the menu doesn't appeal to you today, don't worry. There are always other options to explore. Next, let's talk about the situation with roommates. It's true that not everyone has the opportunity for a private room, and sharing a space with someone you didn't select can present its challenges. However, it's also a chance to learn and grow together. I was fortunate to have a kind roommate, but I've heard stories from others who had different experiences. Some experienced challenges with roommates who were noisy, untidy, or faced difficulties that made getting a good night's sleep quite tough. Even when you put in the effort to make your room feel like home, it can still feel a bit distant from being truly yours. It's truly challenging to experience a loss of dignity, and often we don't fully understand the extent of what we give up until we find ourselves in that situation. When individuals enter without waiting for a response, when conversations feel more clinical than personal, and when your daily activities are governed by a schedule not of your own making, it can have a profound impact on you. It can be challenging when you begin to feel disconnected from your true self, almost like you're just another name on a list. Remember, it's important to take a step back and reconnect with what makes you unique. As you think about the possibility of a nursing home, take a moment to reflect on whether you feel ready to let go of the privacy and control that have been a part of your life for so long. Once it's gone, it can be quite challenging to retrieve. It's common to feel regret when you realize that leaving can be more challenging than anticipated. When I initially settled into the nursing home, I reassured myself that it was just a temporary situation. I decided to give it a shot and see how everything unfolds. If it doesn't turn out to be my cup of tea, I have the option to step away anytime. What I didn't fully understand was the challenge of finding my way out once I had entered. Initially, it appeared straightforward. If it doesn't suit me, I can always return home. However, home felt different now. My house was left unoccupied, and keeping up with its maintenance from afar proved to be quite challenging. My children have taken the initiative to start making some thoughtful changes. They've begun selling items they believe I might not need anymore and are even exploring the option of renting out the place. It's heartwarming to see their proactive approach. When I mentioned the idea of returning, they seemed uncertain. Do you feel confident about handling things by yourself? Staying might be the safer option, don't you think? Our main goal is to support you in achieving what's best for your needs. Additionally, we need to consider the matter of physical decline. After spending several months in a comfortable environment where cooking, cleaning, and even walking were minimal, I noticed that I wasn't as strong as I once was. It's understandable to feel that your independence is fading, and the thought of moving back home can be quite challenging. You're not alone in facing these feelings, and it's okay to take your time to navigate this transition. I had some doubts about my ability to live independently, and that uncertainty held me back. I connected with others who shared similar experiences. They decided to give the nursing home a try for a short period, but soon discovered that leaving was more challenging than they had anticipated. As time goes on, it can become increasingly challenging to transition back to life outside. Unfortunately, some individuals have completely lost this option. After their home was sold or their savings were depleted due to care expenses, returning to the previous situation was no longer an option. That's the aspect that often goes unmentioned. Moving in may seem like a choice that can be undone, but for many, it's a commitment that carries lasting implications. As time goes on, the nursing home can start to feel like your entire world, and you might find that the vibrant life you once experienced begins to fade into the background. If you're thinking about a nursing home, it's important to reflect on whether you're ready for the reality that leaving might not be as straightforward as you expect. Once you find your footing, you may discover that the obstacles to leaving, be they financial, physical, or emotional, can be more challenging to navigate than you might anticipate. If you're enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I'd love for you to comment number 6 below to let me know you're with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do so. Be sure to turn on the bell so you can stay updated and never miss any of our videos. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and inspires you. Warm greetings to Mom. In conclusion, let's reflect on the key points we've discussed. Reflecting on my journey, I embrace the passage of time, but I wish I had realized that a nursing home wasn't my only choice. I entered with hopes for comfort, safety, and an improved quality of life. What I discovered instead was a reality that gradually diminished my independence, my privacy, my sense of purpose, and even my identity. Does that imply that all nursing homes are negative? That's not always the case. Many individuals truly benefit from the level of care that is offered. Before you make that decision, take a moment to reflect on what you might be leaving behind. Remember, once you move in, things will change in ways you may not expect. If I had the chance to do it again, I would have advocated more strongly for my right to remain in my own home. I would have looked into additional resources for support that would allow me to maintain my independence, and I would have taken the time to ensure that moving was truly necessary before making such a significant decision. If you're at a crossroads, I encourage you to reflect on what truly serves your best interests. Consider whether your choice is genuinely the best path for you or simply the easiest option in the moment. Your current life, with its routines, independence, and choices, is truly valuable and deserves to be cherished for as long as possible. We truly appreciate you being here with us today. We are eager to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you. Please share one thing you learned today and how you intend to incorporate it into your life. Your insights can inspire others. We truly value your thoughts, so please feel free to share them with us. Your comments truly inspire and uplift us, providing the motivation we need to keep going. If you found this video enjoyable and helpful, we would greatly appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and share it with others. Thank you for your support. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and inspires you. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we can't wait to connect with you in the next video.